student here at UC Santa Cruz. I love it here, I really do. It's one of the most beautiful and desirable places in the country. But I have had to jump through some major hoops to get where I am today and to maintain my life here the way it is. Just like thousands of other students, I struggle with paying my tuition and paying my rent, my insurance, my groceries, my bills, and all the random fines that accumulate. Rent prices in Santa Cruz have been on the rise for a while, but in the past couple of years it's gotten really, really bad. People with minimum wage jobs have to spend like 50% of their income just for housing, and that doesn't include utilities and food and everything else that goes into living here, especially if you're a student.
So tuition is like $30,000 and change without any grants, which is what I pay. And about half of that comes from my grandpa on my mom's side. He was in the Navy, and he gets a big pension that he's able to pay that with. And then the other half comes from my dad's parents, and they just saved up. They are paying their life savings to pay the other half of that. My other expenses are paid with subsidized loans. I pay $725 a month to live in a double, and yeah, most of that I pay with loans because as a student I don't have enough time to work enough to pay that. Already in debt, thousands of dollars. I've had a number of jobs since I started school. Right now I'm probably working about 10 hours a week, but ideally I should be working 20 in order to pay my living expenses. For every credit you're taking, you're expected to be working 3 hours outside of class. So for each 5 credit class, it's 15 hours. So for 15 credits, let's say it's 5 hours of class time a week, plus 15 hours of reading. It's 20 hours per class, which is 60 hours a week. When I came here as a freshman, I got a job immediately at the dining hall, and it was a really hard job. And I wanted to keep working though because I didn't want to go more into debt, and I felt bad having to ask for anything from my parents. I just ended up having to quit midway through the year and take out more loans.
Looking at the ads in Craigslist, it's all you see are 1 bedrooms for over $2,000 or 2 bedrooms for over $3,000. I don't know how anyone could possibly afford this stuff. On top of all the other work that we have to do being full-time students, we're also having to deal with these insane housing prices. I mean, the cost of living in Santa Cruz is 33% higher than the California average. The cost of living in Santa Cruz is 81% higher than the national average. The cost of housing in Santa Cruz is 208% higher than the national average.
I had a couple friends that have just chosen other paths, or have just gotten so overloaded with stress that they've dropped out because they don't feel like they could keep up the amount of work it takes to be a working student. And I've known people to transfer to community college so they can drop their tuition costs.
I went to Cabrillo for 2.5 years, and I was working full-time, 40 hours a week the whole time, and taking night classes and taking weekend classes. It's pretty difficult to work an 8-hour day and then immediately go and take night classes. Most of the night classes are also significantly longer than the daytime classes. They're generally about 4 hours, so I pretty much do 12 hours straight. I started working full-time a week after I turned 18, and I've been supporting myself fully since then. I pay all of my insurance, my car payments, my housing, my food, my phone bill. I pay for everything myself. I'd really like to be able to go to school. I really enjoy learning, but after doing it for a while, it just got to be too much, and I didn't get to have any social life. I didn't really get to do anything besides work and school, and it was really a huge toll on my mental health.
I've spent months upon months stressing and struggling to find housing. I have leads and then it falls through. I've changed groups. And this is coming from a privileged point of view. I have great financial aid and I have support, but I have been a working student my entire time here. The housing market here is extremely competitive. I've been to open houses where I can't even make it across the living room because there's so many people there looking at the house. And at these open houses, I'm fighting against my peers who are also just trying to survive here. It's just crazy. It's insane. I love it here. It's beautiful and I enjoy my time here, but sometimes I don't know if it's worth it.